So, an update on my family member. So, last week I mentioned that he was. He went back home after his fever came down and he stayed at home for about 6 days, but then his fever returned, so he was admitted to hospital again. And last I heard is that he stayed in hospital for about a week and his fever's come back down again. So he's been allowed back home, and I think he's been home for a few days now. So the news is definitely very up and down. Like, it was negative, then positive, then went negative again. Now it's kind of gone back to a bit positive. So it's definitely still affecting me on emotional level. Like, obviously I'm still very much concerned for my family member, and I can't really imagine what he's going through. Like, I mentioned in my last video that I had a video call with him, and I said that at first glance I just didn't recognize him at first. So yeah, his condition and situation aren't all that great at present, and it's just really sad to see him in this state. But I suppose at least he's allowed back home at the moment because his fever's come back down. So yeah, all I can do is just hope that his fever stays down long enough for him to receive further treatment. So yeah, it's at least some positive news this week, but I'm definitely still, struggling with my emotions about it all. And to keep up with the positive news, so for the last 6-7 weeks, so I've not updated on my progress on my book in a while, just because of I just didn't feel it was the right time to really talk about it because of my family member and stuff. But I suppose I've kind of held it off long enough now. So to continue with the positive news, this past 6 to 7 weeks, there's been quite a lot of progress on my book. So I've finally finished writing the book. Not completely. Like, what I mean by finish is that I've finally gotten to the end of the epilogue. So the whole book overall is finished, but obviously I need to still go back and do some more read-throughs and then add parts here and there and still do a lot of editing. So in terms of finishing the entire book, I'd say it's still quite a ways off. But for the last about 2 weeks, I've been focusing on the drawing aspect of the book as well. So I've just been doing a lot of drawings for other characters and designing the front cover for the book, and also designing the new title as well for the book. So I think I showed these drawings off before in a previous video, but back then they weren't finalized or colored in. So for the art style of this book, I'm deciding to go for more traditional hand colored crayons rather than the digital rendering that I usually do for my drawings, just to kind of change it up a bit, I suppose. So these are going to be characters that appear in the book, and then this is a specific scene that will happen in the book as well. And then an important character that will appear in the book. So obviously I've not finalized this one yet, so it's still just in pencil drawings. This is going to be the main continent that the whole book takes place in. So only penned in but not rendered with color yet. These are other characters that will appear in the book, still in the pencil sketches. So this will be one of the enemies that the characters encounter. So still in pencil drawing at the moment. And then this is going to be the major site that the whole story takes place in. And this is actually going to be part of the front cover. So I've already penned it out and colored it in. And then same with Trike here, so the main character of the book. Well, one of the main characters, so already colored in, and it's going to be part of the front cover. Same with Suan here, another main character. Again, going to be part of the main cover. And then here we have Glade, already colored in, and will be part of the main cover as well. And then here we have Cruxford, which is a major character in the book, and so far he's only penned out and only partly colored in. And again, this drawing is going to make up part of the front cover for the book as well. So here we have Arrakis. So I showed off this drawing in the previous video, and back then it was only in pencil, so now it's actually colored in and finalized. And then these will be important parts for the story. So this is an important item, and these are some enemies that the characters will encounter. And then we have Darbus. So I also showed off his earlier sketch in a previous video, but now he's actually finalized and colored in. So like I already said, this past 6 or 7 weeks I've made quite a lot of progress on my book in terms of writing and drawing. So yeah, overall it's still going relatively slow, but like I don't really want to rush it. Like I like to take my time with it and not kind of overstress myself with all the work, I suppose, for the book. But yeah, I think overall it's going okay so far. So at this rate, my goal is that the book will be finished sometime within this year, but as of now it's a bit too early to estimate when the book will be finished. But I'll be sure to keep updating you on the progress of the book. So yeah, overall I'm looking to continue working on this book as the weeks come by. So I guess that's pretty much it for this week, so hopefully I'll see you next Saturday. That's it for this video. My name is Hoiman, and please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. And remember, always look forward, keep hope alive, and remember, you're somebody.